welcome to another episode of Brainfold Builders. In this one, we'll be going over Chapter 2 Programming Challenge 4 from starting out with C++, 9th edition. Let's get into it. We have our target statement here, restaurant bill calculator, that's what we're going to be doing. Then we have include IO stream without a semicolon. I'll flash just kind of what this is doing. You can pause it and read up on it if you care. You probably don't. Then we have using namespace standard. Once again, here is what that's doing, but once again, you really don't need to know that, but you should. Then let's dive into our main function here, included by our brackets. First, what we're going to be doing is we will declare and assign our variables. All of our variables in today's program will be double type, since we are dealing with a lot of decimal values. So our first given amount is the meal charge amount, which is $44.50, as you can see there. We're storing $44.50 to meal charge in the double data type. Now, we are given some weird percentage-based things. Our meal tax is supposed to be our meal charge multiplied by 6.7%, and that's the tax. First, we need to get 6.75 into a decimal format. So that's why we divide it by 100, because you cannot multiply a money amount by a percent. It's not a thing. You can multiply a money amount by a decimal though, and that's what we got to do. And that will give us how much we have in meal tax in dollars. So we are doing meal charge multiplied by 0.0675, and we're storing that to meal tax. Now come on down to tip. Tip is pretty much the same gig except just a touch different. We need to convert 15% into 0.15, so we do that by 15.0 divided by 100. It does not need a 0.0 there, but it gets it anyway. And then we do meal charge plus meal tax times the 15%, which is what the book wants. Don't really question it. It's just do what the book wants. So we're doing meal charge plus meal tax in parentheses for proper order of operations, multiplied by, in parentheses, our little percent conversion to decimal. And we're storing that value to tip. And then we will be computing the total bill by adding up the original cost, which is meal charge, the meal tax right here, and then the total tip. So we are storing meal charge plus meal tax plus tip to total bill, and that is our total based on what the book gave us, which was $44.50, and then our meal tax was supposed to be $44.50 times 0.675 plus our tip, which was the meal charge plus the meal tax, basically the total before the tip, times 15% for the tip. So that sounds confusing. It's a lot of percents, but just look at the math enough and you'll get it. It's not too bad. Most of it is just knowing what to times by the other thing. Hopefully I explained that fine enough. If not, drop a comment. I can help. So now we're just going to be doing the classic outputting, but I have a new thing to introduce to you. \n. This will create a new line. You will see when we output it. It's actually quite nice. So we're going to do our stereotypical thing. See out, chevron, chevron, quotations, special \n here. Meal cost $, chevron, chevron, our variable, chevron, chevron, end line to end line. And as a note, if your last output was not a variable, you could, to make a new line, put \n. But since it is a variable, you are forced to use end line. Technically though, this is a little side tangent, you could do \n and end it there and it will look exactly the same. But make sure to have your quotes on there. So you can do that as a substitute for endl. I'll keep that and you'll see that it does not change the output at all. And one more thing to introduce to you is system pause. All this does is it just waits for any kind of keystroke to happen in the terminal, and then it will just do its normal thing of returning a 0 and ending. So I think we are ready to run it, so let's do it. Alright, so as you can see, our \n here created a new line above our meal cost, because typically it would just output here, but we made a space. So our meal cost is 44.5. Our tax amount is that, our tip amount is that, and our total bill is that. And this is the system pause. It says press any key to continue. You press enter, and then boom, it's done. And then you can close the window. System pause is just a nice little way to suspend your program and stop it from closing out. It's similar to return 0, but it actually pauses everything. And we'll go over various ways to pause the program and wait for input, but that is for a different day. This has been Brainfold Builders. If this helped, consider subscribing, consider sharing, consider leaving a like. It would be great if you could drop a like. It'd help keep me going, because I am here to help and build your robust, beautiful brain folds. Have a great day.